Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Liquid Pasture Community League Finals. That's right, this is it. This is the end, and here we are with Team Page 1 and Team number 65 playing for the right to a best of 3 show match against a pro team. That will be announced later on. I'm sorry, guys. I actually cannot physically tell you who it is right now. But for right now, what we can tell you is Team Page 1 and 65 are both playing. Team Page 1 is the Radiant team. Team number 65 is the Dire. And boy, have these guys earned it. I mean, seriously, they have played some actually really fun games. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's been an absolute pleasure to cast everything. And now the culmination of everything comes down to this. Joining me today for the broadcast is a good buddy of mine, Ak. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. This is so exciting, and I'm looking forward to this series very much. And as you said, both of these teams have played some very interesting and entertaining series. For instance, Team Page 1 played against my team, Team 3, last series, and maybe you can tell us a bit more about how that series went.
Oh my god, that game 2 was the longest thing ever. A 70-minute PL game that, oh gosh, I don't think I want to relive that one as I was completely drained afterwards. But it doesn't matter right now because here we are with team number 65 and Team Page 1. Team Page 1 picking up the Wisp right away.
Yeah, and for the bans, by the way, we've had Team Page 1 banning out Magnus and Batrider, two stable bans, and Team 65 have banned out Nyx Assassin and the Phantom Lancer. They really don't want to go up against the Cancel Lancer here.
Nope, definitely not. And I mean, putting that in the hands of Team Page 1 I think is definitely a bad idea. However, they have picked up the Shadow Demon and the Lifestealer against the Wisp. How do you feel about that, man?
I don't know, like, I still have the memory fresh in my mind from game 1 when we played against them, and I had to go mid Warlock against a Wisp CK, and that was really tough. Like, their Wisp CK, the Wisp CK of Team Page 1 is really potent, so I think they might pick that, but it depends. Like, Nyx is a really good anti-carry. Oh, there we have it. Called it.
Yeah, and there you have the CK picked right up afterwards with the Darkseer as well. Allure from that game 1, he played the CK, and he and Nick, I believe it was Nick playing the Wisp, as Nick usually plays the hard support for the Team Page 1, but the two of them just absolutely crushed everything. Like, they really did. I will say this, they made your life really hard as Warlock. And,
They did.
Man, yeah. But anyway, Darkseer picked up. Who do you think we'll be seeing out of team number 65?
They're going to either want. I feel they're going to either want the mid or their off lane. Like, they need sort of a tanky mid to be able to withstand the Reality Rift into tether combo for CK, and then the stun, of course, and be able to come out swinging out of that. So I'm not exactly sure, because they have the hard support, they have their main carry most likely, and they have a decent lineup overall, but I'm not exactly sure which one will come out this instant.
Yeah, they are using up a lot of their bonus time right now, and I'm not really sure which way you go with that. I mean, you could go something like a Puck, in my opinion. That might not be a bad choice for you. Puck is very hard to get a kill on as Wisp CK, and if you're running a dual mid, you do need to get kills. But I mean, at the same time, they don't have to be running the Wisp CK dual mid. They could be running it as the side lane farming, and instead pick up something else for the mid. So I think that is part of why you're not seeing the mid pick up out of them, and instead you're seeing the Lina pick. It makes the most sense, because I feel like if they were to pick up the Puck, that would just leave them open to like a good strong counter mid to them.
And I also think that this also has to do with the banning phase. They don't want Team Page 1 to ban out any of the Shadow Demon combos. Here they have a really potent combo with the Disruption and Light Strike array. It can almost assure a kill.
Yeah, and especially with the open wounds as well. And actually, team number 65 bans out the Bucks. So maybe they aren't figuring that the CK Wisp will be run mid. Maybe they think that it will be the side lane.
Well, it can be. It all depends on the mid pick of Team 65, of course. But if you check the bans from Team Page 1, they're banning out the Syllabear, and I'd wager they ban out a little more off-laners, because that's what they seem to be that's what they want to take out of the pool right now, I think.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense for them as well. Especially, I mean, but it's hard to say exactly what they're considering because they've left themselves really well open with this draft. Picking up the CK and the Wisp, obviously, you have multiple options with them. With the Darkseer, you have a couple of options with them as well. And yeah, I mean, actually, I think the Gyro Band makes sense as well because I think they're seeing the Shadow Demon Lifestealer Lina. They're expecting an aggressive tri-lane against them.
Yeah, and Gyro can really just deal so much damage with the Rocket Barrage, even at just level 1. And then the final ban is the Queen of Pain, so they ban out an offlaner, a strong component to the Shadow Demon Lina, as well as a mid. So very versatile bans.
Yep. Meanwhile, team number 65 has banned out the Bane and the Rubik as well. Two very, very strong heroes with a lot of CC on them. And of course, Rubik, if you get a lot of spells are good to steal. I mean, if you get Disruption, Light Strike Array, you're really looking at some powerful magic from him.
So the 4th pick here from Team Page 1 is a Weaver. What do you think we'll see him in the game?
It's going to be hard to say. I don't know if they're planning on running him as the bottom lane, which I think now with the Weaver pick, it's more likely that you're going to see the CK Wisp duo mid. And you're going to see the Weaver run in the safe lane because he can actually go up against the Shadow Demon Lifestealer Lina combo. Though it is going to be a little bit more difficult, or it is going to leave him a little open because with good timing on Light Strike Array, he is still going to have a chance to be killed. But he should be able to be safe from open wounds.
Oh,
and here we go, a Skywrath Mage pickup.
Yeah, he might be going mid. I've seen Dendy play him mid quite a few times. But up against the Chaos Knight and Wisp, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Of course, he has the silence for Chaos Knight if he tries to Reality Rift him in, so it might still work. But he's very squishy as a hero.
Yeah, he is very, very, very squishy, very gankable, so I think it's a bit of an interest in my opinion. He is one of the strongest laners in the game, though. Bar none, the guy just flat out wins lanes. There is no question about it. I am curious to see, though, what they're going to be doing with him. Because at the same time, while he is a really, really strong solo mid, they don't necessarily have to run him mid as well, is the other thing about it. So I mean, you could solo safe lane him if that's what you're planning on doing. Maybe not the best thing, maybe you want to put it more of a carry hero that does more into the late game, but I think it is optional. It is an option.
Wow.
Oh.
Keeper went this far? Holy.
And I think Team Page 1 is probably just about as surprised about that as we are. Keeper of the Light, obviously, no need to really talk too much about him. One of the best supports that you can get. Amazing anti-push. Has so many good spells. I mean, Chakra, what do you call it? This Recall, that's it. Thank you, I blanked on
Illuminate 2.
Exactly, and it's just, he's a very, very strong support, and it's very surprising to see him drop down this far. So
Absolutely.
I'm curious, I mean, what now do you think we're going to see out of this last pick? Oh.
A Beastmaster.
Okay.
He might be going mid.
Well, I think Beastmaster's more likely for the solo lane than anything else, but we will have to see.
They are dire, aren't they? So ancient stacking is very, very probable.
Yep. But we'll have to see how the lanes play out. Yeah, like I said, Allure and Nick, I did have that right, by the way. Just wanted to say that.
Indeed.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Erase Me is playing the Skywrath Mage. I know Erase Me hasn't shown up a whole lot. But he's typically, I don't know if he or Firebolt's going to be playing the mid position. I know both of them do on occasion. It's very interesting with how the Team 65 team is. They have a lot of, since it's all the Dota staff, they tend to play a lot of different positions based on what heroes they play and everything. But anyways, why don't we get into player introductions? Starting out on the Dire team, we have Carbonol on the Carbonol on the Shadow Demon, Siberia playing the Lifestealer, Emulator on the Lina, Erase Me on the Skywrath Mage, and Firebolt 145 on the Beastmaster.
Indeed. And on the Radiant team for Team Page 1, we have Allure on the Chaos Knight, Slippy on the Weaver, Neck on the Wisp, or EO as Valve likes to call it now, or IO, and Gadfly on the Keeper, right? IO? Okay. And then Hordsa on the Darkseer. Looks like a solo top lane for Hordsa. So,
does look to be that way, and then like we said before, it does look to be the dual mid of Allura and Nick playing the CK Wisp again. So curious to see how long it takes Direside to react to that, because I think they're almost going to have to dedicate a support to the mid if they want to keep their Skywrath Mage alive.
Yeah, absolutely. But so far, they seem intent to do the aggressive tri-lane bottom with the Lina, Shadow Demon, and Lifestealer, which is very potent. And they're up against the Keeper of the Light and Weaver.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I really like about this dual lane. It's two of the best defensive heroes in the game. If you're trying to just keep your carry alive, Weaver is probably one of the most survivable carries there is, and then Keeper of the Light, of course. There's not a whole lot of reason. I mean, Chakram and then Illuminate, and that's all you really need. Once you hit level 2, just completely crush lane.
Yeah, and I think the reason why the Keeper is down bottom is simply to give Sleepy the chakra he needs, the mana he needs to be able to continuously Chikuchi in order to harass and escape.
Yep. And Skywrath Mage now has figured out that he's against the CK Wisp, and so he will be staying about as far back as possible.
Especially with the double damage on Allure. He doesn't want to get close here.
Allure picked up the double damage, only has Chaos from the bolt. But the good thing about Skywrath Mage is he's going to be able to force the IO back anytime that he... Yeah, I can't even say that. Wisp. He forces the Wisp back anytime that he comes forward. And that's, I guess, the one good thing about it.
But at the same time, okay, since Allure went Chaos Bolt first, we're probably not going to be seeing any engagement just yet, but as soon as he gets Reality Rift, we might be seeing some kills coming up in mid.
Yep, and he is hitting pretty. He is hitting pretty nicely. I mean, he's got 4 last hits right now in the first 2 waves, and so he's doing pretty well with his last hitting.
And he's on the top of the board.
Yep. Checking up top here, though, Firebolt and Horza both keeping about even. Firebolt has 4. Horza just actually got his first last hit, but it is a little early, and the Ion Shell harass is going to force Firebolt back.
Yes, eventually. And looking at bot, it looks like Cardinal might want to go on something. Yep, here's the disruption on the Weaver.
Oh, missed time just barely.
Just a
Emulator.
smidge too early.
Yep, an Emulator is going to eat the Illuminating. He's going to have to back up for a little bit and heal up.
Yep.
But
very nice initiation.
Yeah, Lifestealer last hitting pretty well, though.
Indeed. Mambo.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest things about this is that they're not getting a whole lot out of this tri-lane. The Weaver is pretty much unkillable. Like, if you get, even with the good disruption, he's very unkillable. And I was actually talking about this in a previous game that I casted today. I was warming up a little bit, and they picked up a Shadow Demon, and I was talking about how the Shadow Demon, yeah, he's really good, but if you have something, like if you're going up against something like a Weaver or a Lifestealer, and they manage to get the timing right, you're just not going to be able to kill them because they're either going to rage out of whatever the follow-up is or invis out of it if the timing isn't perfect.
Yeah, but Weaver's very low, so nah.
No Shadow Poison on Shadow Demon, though, so unfortunately they aren't going to be able to get the kill on him that way.
Yeah.
Taking a look back in mid, Chaos Knight really last hitting well, I have to say. I mean, sitting at now 12 last hits, and he's just keeping the Skywrath Mage back. Granted, Skywrath Mage is getting his levels, and he's actually doing really good with that. He's already up to level 4, Chaos Knight level 3.
I mean, all he can do is basically spam his Q Arcane Ball to get some last hits and just stay safe. I mean, so far in terms of just last hits, Darkseer is severely outnumbering the Beastmaster now because Iron Shell has really come online.
Oh, and Shadow Demon is actually getting engaged upon as down here, but Weaver's just going to
harass him
a little bit.
Yeah, and
they did drop a Sentry Ward down there so that they can keep an eye on him.
Yeah, if he gets too ballsy, we might be seeing a kill on him. Oh, in mid, they went for Skywrath, and first blood there for Eller.
Yep, and I didn't miss it. Actually saw it happening.
Sweet.
So, that was really well played there by Allure. I saw the last hit. They dove a little bit. He managed to keep himself alive enough. But, man, I mean, just well played there by him.
very worth it. It looks like Horse might be looking to do some. Nope, he's just Einstein the creep. I was thinking he might go and do some creep skipping on his own, just to mess up Firebolt's last hitting even more.
Yep. Firebolt isn't doing so bad though. 12 last hits right now, and haven't checked his items. He hasn't been able to get anything up right now, but I imagine that he could actually be going for a fast soul ring.
Yeah. Gank attempt in mid gonna be foiled by some safe playing from Erase Me.
Yep, Erase Me is doing exactly what he needs to do. He's holding back and he's getting the CS via the Arcane Bolt. And, you know, we'll see what happens once he and Beastmaster hit 6, because this is actually a really potent combination. Once Erase Me hits 6 and Beastmaster hits 6, you can basically just roar a target and then it'll instantly die. There's no
absolutely.
chance for them to live at all. So we'll see exactly what happens from that. I am surprised that we haven't seen the supports rotating. I feel like Lifestealer would be just fine down
mid.
here bottom.
And there goes.
And there
goes Erase Me.
Yep. Light Strike Array actually just came in time, but they aren't going to be able to do the damage.
They're just gonna
man, the damage is going the other way. And there you have it. Meanwhile, the Beastmaster does get a kill up top, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, they really need to put these heroes mid though in order to keep their Skywrath safe, because if he doesn't get the levels, he's going to have a hard time in the mid game.
Yeah, they really need to shut them down. The CK and Wisp.
Yeah, and Wisp is level 5 right now, so we're going to be looking for some teleport ganks real soon here.
Right. Yeah, sorry. I was just talking to my parents.
Hey, that's what happens when when you're in your house. That's all.
Yeah.
Up another reality rift here on it, but unfortunately, unlucky Chaos.
No, they will get him.
But they do get him anyway. Yep.
Yeah, the range on the spirits is just so long, and now Emulator and Carbonil is maybe looking to smoke up. There's a smoke of the seed in Carbonil's inventory, and they're leaving Lifesteal on his own. Oh, top 3 people because the Wisp used relocate.
Yep.
And they're just gonna get Firebolt like that. Not much to do there.
No. This is a problem now, big time, especially because their CK Wisp just really got going early.
Yeah. Oh, Emulator and Carbonil are actually smoking to gank bot instead.
Yeah, which I think is the right call, because you're not really gonna get a kill on that CK Wisp. The Wisp is like, the CK is just too tanky, and the Wisp can heal him back up anyway. And you know, if you get a kill on the Wisp, that's not even that big of a deal because it's just the Wisp.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is also the Skywrath Mage down here, so they are looking to go for a kill on the Weaver.
Absolutely. And Light Strike Array will hit this time.
He actually got the silence off.
Ooh. No, he's gonna go down, yeah.
Yep, does go down to the 4-man gank, but Wisp and CK are on their way there. They've smoked up as well, and they're looking for some counter kills.
Yeah, but I don't think they can go because there's 5 heroes down here at bot. 5 versus 3 never works.
Yeah.
Unless some real key illuminates come out.
Good illuminate.
They can totally get
really low.
Yeah.
And now Weaver's TPing back in. Uh-oh. Oh, he
Here
won
we go.
it. Oh, and a good roar
nice
on the
roar.
lure. They're actually bringing him down. And then one more attack and he's gone. They get in a kill right on the lure. Ziberia's taking a lot of damage, but he invests into the Beastmaster, and it doesn't really matter. Good counter kill coming out here on Skywrath Mage. Weaver's going to look for it. Skywrath actually managed to get away almost. Oh, just a little too much. They did get the lean on the backside as well.
Yeah.
But, oh, if Lifestealer pops out right now. Oh, Lifestealer.
I don't know.
Yep, he gets the Wisp.
Oh, but
everybody's going down low. That's really a lot of damage coming out here. Ziberia going to go down to the Weaver. Firebolt taking a lot of damage as well. This could be a full team wipe. And yeah, there's the full team wipe from Team Page 1. Well played there. Weaver just did everything that he could. And Emulator, Emulator. Getting a little brave there, my man. Getting a little brave. But, what well played team fight there by Team Page 1. And I cannot talk about how well they did to keep Weaver alive after he first went down. Darkseer still actually farming the jungle, does have up a mech as well as the Soul Ring, so now their 5-man is just getting a lot stronger. And actually, I'm not even sure what.
Oh boy! Oh no, mine is lifestealer. He has rage.
Yeah.
This might actually be bad for Allure.
Yeah, Allure is going to
If
give him a problem.
yeah.
Roar is back up, so he's going to use the Roar on him. And yeah, that's a lot of damage being dealt out to him. Mech was popped.
However, the stun.
Zyberia's taking a lot of damage though. And
Oh,
good
nice
disruption
disrupt.
from Carbonal! Oh my gosh! Not enough to save him, but what a disruption!
Yeah.
Wow!
That was really good, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's enough.
No,
as Slippy goes in.
and they do end up losing all 3, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I should say that was about as good a disruption as he could have possibly gotten,
Yeah,
and had the
that
reaction
time
not been so good from Team Page 1, that would have been almost a surefire save.
Yeah.
That was.
And here comes the
severely
relocates
impressive.
down on Lena.
Emulator.
Emulator is unfortunately very, very dead.
Oh, going back the well the hard way, as AEC would say.
Yeah, indeed. And if we look at the golden XP graph, they are both just heavily in favor of Team Page 1.
Yeah, you can pretty much
7,500.
You can pretty much see right when the CK Wisp hit 6, and that's when everything just went to hell for the Dire side.
Absolutely. And looks like Beastmaster is picking out Roche, but I don't think they can do it right now. Maybe they think that Team Page 1 is actually doing that. But nope, here they come.
Oh
Wow.
man, a lot of
All
damage
that
being dealt. They
damage.
do get the Wisp. Lifestealer's really low though, and he ends up going down to the Darkseer. Roar used on the CK, but he's just so tanky, they can't do anything to him. Oh, and then Illuminate hits
4
3.
second stun on the race me,
And
and just Reality Rift in and take him out. Wow.
Yeah, great stun there. Horza using up the Surge, is going back in with Allure. Allure has the Reality Rift, misses though on Firebolt, and Firebolt is going to live for a little bit longer. But
The
again, I
carnage
mean,
never
these
ends.
engagements are just absolutely favoring Team Page 1, and they're executing to perfection right now.
They are just doing so well. I don't know how else to say it. Allure is really, really big right now compared to the other ones. The only one just equal level is Firebolt. But what does Firebolt have? He has boots, wand, a stout shield, and a bottle. That's it.
Yeah, you've got 4 heroes right now for the Radiant side that are all level 9. And man, it's just... it is not looking good at all. Darkseer actually managed just to pick up level 10 as we were talking, looking to be going for a Hood next. And I mean, just check out net worth. Darkseer, Chaos Knight, Weaver, all ahead of, excuse me, the Lifestealer, and actually Wisp. Wisp is the 5th highest in the game.
Wow. Just 3 of the top 4 all belong to Team Page 1.
Yep.
That's just showcasing how strong they are. And it looks like Allure might be going on mid now. Oh, God. I'm sorry. gotta go. Be right back.
All right, no worries. Anyway, though, I mean, yeah, as we were saying, this game is just unbelievably in favor of Radiant's side right now, and Dire Team's going to have some really good engagements. A good ultimate from Skywrath and a Roar right on Allure might be enough, but as they're dealing with this, Weaver manages to take the bottom tier 1, and they're just going to be able to split push them as well. So, I mean, you can't team fight them. You can't really fight, like, you can't split push them. You don't really have a whole lot of ways that you can engage this team right now, and that's one of the biggest problems I'm seeing out of Dire Team. And, I mean, the Skywrath Mage pick might not be a bad idea, but, I mean, it's just one of those deals where he needed to babysit him a little bit harder, I think, in my opinion. Looking at him right now, he doesn't even have boots. Like, he is so poor, he does not have boots. And that is a big deal for the Skywrath Mage, because using up his ultimate is going to use over half his mana pool from this. Alright. And and as well, CK is already well on his way to Armlet, and he's going to have that probably before the next big engagement. Although they could be forcing one right now. Dire side is 5-manning up right now. And we'll see exactly what how they decide to handle this. Zyberia taking a lot of damage. They do get the tower and a good defensive disruption, but man, just so much damage coming out on him. Everybody on Dire Team going low. Zyberia is about to die. Zyberia is cleaned up by Allure, and oh man, full team wipe again. 4 heroes took that entire team out. And that's just goes to show you how far ahead Radiant is. This could be, oh man, a very, very quick game.
Dyer's mid tower.
Allure showing you exactly why they value the Wisp VK so much. Their execution in mid has been almost flawless. Allure sitting at 5-1 and 7. Wisp at 6-2 and 12. It's just very, very strong right now for them. And yeah, I mean, Dire team is gonna have to defend their base in order to do it. In order to do anything. And now we're looking at a Roche. So if and we have an armlet up on CK, and we have the and they're going for the Roche. And of course it gets done on Roshan. There's no way Dire team can challenge this. They're too busy defending everything else. But yeah, I mean, just the execution has been there. I'm a little surprised to see that Weaver is going for a Lincoln's. I don't think the Lincolns would be as good as getting something like a medallion, but yeah, they're not even going to get this. Chaos Knight picks up the Aegis of the Immortal. I don't think the Dire team can force this. Oh, the good ultimate from the Skyrath does a lot of damage, and the Roar used up on Allure. A lot of damage, but if he had the ultimate right now, that would be a lot better. Xavier's going to try to fight this, but he can't do it. The CK's just out damaging him entirely. Firebolt gets disrupted. Lina goes down, but everybody on Dire team's low. Firebolt goes down. They get the Shadow Demon as well. And man, like, this is not going well at all. Silence being used, but it doesn't matter. One stun on Skyrath is more than enough to clean him up. And yeah, they're going to take the last tier 2, and they're going to be pressuring tier 3.
What's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
And they still have Aegis up. They didn't even lose anything in this exchange.
The Dyer gave up.
Lure with a nice bit of armlet toggling. I think he should probably go back right now, but is going to get the free TP Fountain back from the Wisp.
The Dyer best do something about that bottom tower.
Looking at it, Wisp actually has a mech of his own, so they actually are running 2 mechs. I'm not sure if that was just an oversight or what, but they are running 2 mechs on their team right now. Oh, another good Reality Rift Chaos Bolt coming out. They are going right after the Skyrath Mage. Defensive Disruption to keep the CK alive from the Laguna Blade. Oh, wait, no, not Defensive Disruption. I think that was a... I don't know exactly what that was. I think it hit him, but I'm not sure. It's some good talk coming out. And I think the Radiant team knows that this game's pretty much over. They're just... At this point, I think they're just kind of waiting. Firebolt ends up getting Reality Rifted in. CK taking a lot of damage from the Skyrath Mage ultimate, but it's not going to matter. Wisp is there to heal him up, and a mech will be off cooldown in about 10 seconds. Oh, they do manage to get the Weaver, though. And they are... Oh, could they clean him up? They still have not cleaned up the Chaos Knight. Allure manages to live through all of that again. Just too strong right now. Chaos Knight just cleaning it up way too much. And yeah, I think this game's over, guys. So yep, there's the GG. Emulator calls it, and there you have it. A pretty much perfectly executed game 1 from Team Page 1. No worries. You just it just snowballed out of control for team number 65.
Yeah, I can see that. No more kills since that.
No. CK got way too fed. A bunch of really strong team fights out of them, and man, that execution was just so good.
It's almost as if you have to ban Wisp up against Team Page 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's really a strong combination for them, and you can see how well they play that. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning into game number 1. I know it was a really short game, but we will be coming right back with game number 2. Just waiting on the Ancient here to explode, and then we'll be having game number 2 of this series, of the finals. So stay tuned. And by the way, guys, remember, after the series, I will be announcing details about the Liquid Pasture Community League week or season number 3. So stay tuned to the stream afterwards for that as well. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
And now we run ads and get money.
Oh, if only. If only.
If only.